What's up guys, and just wanted to make a quick video showing off the sweet side peg feature of this wicked cool toys at Jazwares company Halo Infinite Spartan Collection Master Chief. I'll also be trying on some different weapon accessories from the Mattel 6-inch line as well as the Joyride toy line, since a few of you asked me to try. But first, let's start with that side peg. Now if you guys remember in my review video I said that this little thigh piece right here looks like a separate glued on piece. Well, separate piece, correct. Glued on, wrong. It actually pops off, as you can see, and it reverses, and bada bing, bada boom. There you go, now you have a side peg. The other side does the same thing as well. You just get your fingernail in there, pop that off, reverse that, and then you have side pegs on both legs. What? Now that is a wicked cool feature from Wicked Cool Toys. I'm so gonna wear out their name. But anywho, here's a closer look at the peg here. First off, that's what it looks like when you remove it there. Nothing too special. The peg here actually plugs in there and locks it in when it's in hiding mode, and that's all there is to it. Nothing really special about it. It's just literally a peg that flips around. Got some weathering on that side, not on this side, but that can always be fixed by customization. And now with the peg out, you can take his little pistol right here, grab that, and then with the little peg hole that's on the pistol, you just plug that right in, and bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Now the pistol's on his side, just the way I wanted it. It's wow. Now it doesn't fit flush, as you can see. That's about as far as it'll go, but honestly I don't mind because just having this feature is already cool enough. Although one interesting thing that I don't really get or worry about is that it comes out really easily. It's not really locked into place there as much, yet strangely when you like shake them and all that stuff, it doesn't fall out. So it doesn't feel like it's really tightly in there, yet it doesn't fall out. So that's kind of a strange thing. And if you wonder too, you'll always have that little gap right there because that is your fingernail hold. You can't flush fit it. That's as far as it will go. So, oh, there we go. Now it fell out, but it had the gun on it. But still, yeah. So I do worry about losing these pieces in the future. If you're posing them or you're moving them around, you bump it and it falls off and then you never see it again. So just be aware that they could fall off, and if you don't really have use for it, you may want to glue them down or just use some sort of like putty or something to make them a little bit more secure. And I have to give a big shout out to Noah R2000 for leaving a comment in my review video telling me about that side peg. Because honestly, if Noah R2000 hadn't said anything, the only time I would have noticed was probably when I lost it. So thanks, dude. Alright, now let's go and take a look at some of the different weapon accessories from the different brands. Now, as I said in my review video, I felt that this assault rifle was a little bit small on the Chief. I mean, it looks good, it just doesn't feel the right size. But some of these other brands, especially the Mattel line, seem to have bigger weapons that fit this Chief a lot better than their little 6-inch scale. So we're going to try that out. I also have the Joyride battle rifle as well as the Smgs right here, so we can try those on. And of course, first we'll start with the Magnum. Now the Magnum here doesn't actually fit very well into his trigger finger hand right there. As you can see, it's a little bit too big and it's too wide, so if you end up getting in there, you're going to really stretch out that thumb and his hand. So this is definitely not the hand you want to put it in. Although if you have his open hand here, it does kind of work. You can slide it into his thumb, but it doesn't really have a grip on it. You just kind of have to use gravity, but it does look good. So if you're using it for photography purposes or whatnot, you can probably get some museum putty or whatever and just kind of lock it down, and then it would look pretty decent. As you can see, the size is actually not bad with the Magnum, which I actually pretty like. But when it comes to the Magnum, I don't care so much to put it in his hand. The cool part is that this peg right here actually is a perfect fit for this hole. And look at that. You got the Magnum on his side, and that looks sick. I love that look. It's almost as if Wicked Cool Toys did this on purpose. They knew that that peg was that size and they did that. So, I mean, this is a much better look than his dinky little sidekick pistol right here, this tiny little one. I mean, I like the paint and the design, but this looks like Halo right there. Although I think I'm probably going to get some silver paint and then just kind of add some silver strip right up there to really finish the look, because I really like the way this Magnum looks on the Chief. Alright, and next up we're going to try the battle rifle from the Halo 2 Joyride figure. right here. Alright, now an issue you're going to run into with this battle rifle is that the grip is quite thick. Here's the assault rifle that came with the Chief. As you can see, the grip on the battle rifle from Joyride is a bit thicker, and that poses a little bit of an issue because when you look at the Chief's hand here, it's actually very narrow. Those fingers there, I mean, they are bendy to a certain extent. They're still pretty stiff. So if you look here, I'm going to get the battle rifle here. It is quite thick, and you will end up stretching the fingers and the thumb here too. It's bendy, but not too bendy. So you get that in there, and then it does go in, but it really stretches out that hand. As you can see, it doesn't really fit as nicely, but it does go in. And here it is in his hand, and if you do a size comparison, you can see that it's not that much bigger than the assault rifle he came with. It's just a tad bit taller or longer, and that's pretty much it, pretty much same size. Yet when you put him with it, he actually looks pretty awesome, and it actually looks pretty decent. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think that size works well, or is it small? I actually think this works out better. I don't know why. All it is a little bit longer, but I don't know, maybe it's just the whole shape of it. I definitely like the look of the battle rifle on there. So yeah, if you got a Halo 2 Joyride figure, that will work. Although I wouldn't leave him posed with it for very long, just maybe for some photos and stuff, because you definitely don't want to stretch out those fingers, because if you do, then this is going to be super loose. See how it's kind of loose right now? It'll spring back though, because I didn't put it in too long, but then again it might not. Oh well. Okay, let's move on to Kelly's shotgun. This Kelly, for those of you who don't know. Now this one fits in his hand just fine because the grip is actually pretty narrow, so it goes in right there like so. Fits nicely. The trigger finger almost lines up, so that's pretty cool. And overall, this one seems pretty decent. The length is good, although it seems like it should be thicker, you know, taller and stuff, but or bulkier at the very least. But overall, you know, it's not too bad. It seems a little bit small still, but I think it kind of works. It's definitely a nice alternative. Alright, we're going to put that away, and we'll go in next to the Joyride Halo 2 SMGs. Now right off the bat, this is another one of those weapons that doesn't fit nicely into his hand. As you can see, the grip is too thick and it doesn't go in very well. You can kind of get into his thumb, but if you try to get it in there, you're going to start bending stuff that shouldn't. So the best one is to use his open hand here, which is kind of weird. Now with this hand, you can actually slide his thumb into the back right there, and you can kind of get his trigger finger to hold that front there if you finagle it just right, and there you go. You see, you can kind of hold that. It's kind of at an angle. It's very delicate, and yeah, so it kind of works. It's probably good for photos, but the biggest thing is they actually look right. Check that out. The size is actually pretty good for the SMGs. It goes around. So yeah, I do like the way these SMGs look. It's just they don't fit quite as nicely in the hand. So I don't know, maybe a little photoshopping, or just get the right angle so that it looks right. Alright, put those SMGs away, saving the best two for last. We have Fred's DMR, and this one's a nice one. And once again, this doesn't go fully into his grip hand, but it does go in a pretty decent amount. You get his thumb in there, and then you can kind of finagle it to get the front two fingers in. As you can see right there, you got the two fingers in, you got his thumb in, and then his trigger finger is just it's kind of in there, so that's not too bad, and it actually holds pretty decent, so you have that. But of course the best part is that the size is perfect. Now check that out. Now that looks like a Master Chief Halo rifle, gun, or whatever, DMR. Just that size is perfect. Just, oh, I love that. This is definitely how I wanted to display him. It's just pure DMR. I don't like it in the game because honestly these single shot rifles are better for PC players, mouse and keyboard controllers. We just don't stand a chance, but still, for the figure purposes, it looks great. And it also kind of fits into the back peg here, this little hole, as you can see right there. It semi-fits. I don't know why. It's like either the peg is too big or the hole is too small. Wait, that's the same thing. But anyways, it does go in when you push it in hard enough, and then there you go. It just kind of hangs onto his back there, and it looks great. Wait, tilt a little bit. There you go. Now you can see it. Look, well, yeah, that works. Yeah, looks great. Definitely like it, even on his back. Alright, and now for the grand finale, we're gonna go with Linda's Sniper. That's Linda right there. Now this one has one of the best fits of the bunch there. Nice and white too, you can easily see it on camera. The other ones are all black, they just kind of blend in. But as you can see, it fits very nicely in the hand there. The trigger finger is pretty much there, and it's pretty much flush with the hand, which is correct. And when you have them out with it, the sniper rifle is a great size, and it looks fantastic. Now that looks game accurate right there. That's a great sniper rifle. I kind of probably need to change paint color a little bit, but that looks good. Definitely. Yep, my two favorites, DMR, the sniper, and then the Magnum right here is the loadout that I definitely want to have this Chief holding. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, it does have the peg hole as well, but it doesn't really fit in because the rifle is just too thick. It just, yeah, the little scope here doesn't allow it to get into the peg. So you can't be carrying this on the back unless you just, like, you know, use putty or something, but yep, definitely hold it. Oh, and as a side note too, this little shoulder armor piece that fell off, as you can see, I still have yet to permanently glue it down. I'm just using some museum putty here, all-purpose museum putty that I like, but I'm actually kind of thinking I might leave it off like this and just use museum putty, because what's cool is when you have this off, you get this incredible arm range like this, so you can really pose them for some great pictures, like this one right here where I had them next to the Doomslayer that I posted on my Instagram. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that if I had this shoulder armor here, because it definitely does not allow you to go that high. So I don't know, if your shoulder pad falls off, you may just want to leave it off and just, you know, use a little putty like this to put it back on when you need to. Well guys, that is it for this quick video that turned out probably a little bit longer than I thought it would be, but I hope some of you guys at least found it helpful. And Hugh the Red Spartan is next up to review, so until then, thanks for watching and peace. Actually, no, wait. We gotta try the Doomslayer shotgun on him, right? Too thick for the trigger hand. Pop that off. Let's get the flat hand in there. Okay, try that. Okay, that works a little bit better. Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Sorry, Slayer, you got enough weapons. You can let the Chief borrow this one. Alright, now, peace. Hey, no.